Hi guys, good morning. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and it's the Awesome 10X Market Update Global. So it's November 10, 2020, the day after we found that a potential COVID vaccine lifting the rally hopes, especially of that reopening themes that we like, such as your Disneys, your Shake Shacks, and even non-essential items. Let's see what the markets did. Let me share to you what happened last night. Of course, last night, what happened, and today, even until today, Asian shares are shooting higher, driven by regional airlines, tourism, travel stocks, as global investors applauding progress in the development of a COVID vaccine, lifting confidence in a world economic recovery. Pfizer said that its COVID-19 vaccine, developed with German partner BioNTech SC, BNTX, more than 90% effective in preventing infection, marking the first successful results from a large-scale clinical trial. Markets remain on the lookout for more promising vaccine data, in addition to a news of a fiscal reboot, etc., etc. I'm going to discuss to you charts. Let me show to you a few things on my watch list. Of course, last night, your Planet Fitness rose 16%. Also, a lot of fast food. Let's just read it out first. Link Real Estate in Hong Kong is up 7% on the next day because of that COVID vaccine. Take a look at. I'm gonna show to you all of the things that happened. So just watch it out. Of course, your big names like e-commerce related names and freelance economy names, a lot of them had a huge profit-taking move, such I would consider that they could still continue going lower if people would still want to take profit. Shopify down 13%, Fiverr was down 18%, your Roku was down 12%, Chegg, which is education, down 10%. As you could see, even if extended hours it's up, I do think that there will continue to be selling and pressure selling on these names. So me personally, I'll tell you what, even if I like Shopify, and I do like it long term, I did trim a position. I sold some Shopify last night at about 990 something because I was selling it at 998 pre-market. I was selling Shopify at pre-market hours last night. And you could see that it was happening. Why even your Okada was down 12% last night. So I had some names that went up 12, 15%, but I also had some names that went down 12%. So from an overall portfolio basis, I was still about neutral. I think I was even up 3% because I had some. So an awesome 10x portfolio is actually a diversified portfolio. No matter you've got a vaccine play, you've got I'm actually spread all over. So the moves last night was something that I was okay with. Okada went from 2.6 down to 2.3. What do I think about this? I think that here at 2.3, it's a buy. But if it goes 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, you really have some selling pressure. If it goes down tonight at 2,000 Okado, I would be a willing buyer. So why am I willing to buy this name? I do think that Okado, just like Shopify and just like your C Limiteds, I do think that they have that secular reason to be a buyer, to be a buyer's market. But as I said, C Limited, take note, even before the rallies and the downs, I've already put some selling pressure actually at about 174 and 184, all the way to 194, all the way to 238. So the truth is, whatever happens tonight, tomorrow, the next week, those GTC sell orders are already there. Actually, nahit ako dito. I got hit at about 174. I got hit at about 185 because last night was 2 days ago, it was 185. I thought that, my 195 might even get done. So actually, I have positions to sell all the way to 238. C Limited is actually gonna benefit from your November 11, right? The 11/11, all the e-commerce will benefit on that. However, my plan for the entire November 30 is if C Limited goes 20 to 30% up from about current levels of 170 all the way to 240, I'll be a seller rather than a buyer. Actually, for Roku, guys, let me tell you the truth. When it rallied to 250, I didn't sell. Tonight it's 221, I still didn't sell. But the reality is, even if Roku goes down all the way to 176, that is where I will buy. So meaning I am willing to take a 30% hit. That really sucks, right? Because you have a winner, it's already up so strong. But why am I willing to suck it up? Like, I could be wrong. Why shouldn't I just sell my Roku at 220? It's part of my discipline that I would really hold on to my winners no matter what. If Roku falls here to about 176, I would buy it. I'm gonna tell you a few things. Example, 1337. You know that we have been buying here at about 138. Some of us might have even added here, here, here. Here at about 260, we're nearing 100%. And with that vaccine hopes, yes, I know video games might have some problems, but and you saw yesterday that a lot of video games was actually being sold down. I'm gonna share with you a few things that hit me out. I have some Take-Two. Been buying here about 160, went to 178. Last night, kaboom, back to 160. Um, I was able to still sell at about 165, 168. However, I still own some of this Take-Two. I still own it. I don't think there's a problem, honestly. Yesterday, the sell-off is actually creating opportunities such that, example, I'll tell you what, Nintendo was down like 5% last night. I think 65 area last night was actually an entry to buy. And if it goes down further tonight at about 60, I think that is a buy. Nintendo, I was just still holding on to it. So Disney was up like 12% last night. I hold it. So that means it cancels out and offsets some of my shopping winners. Some of my online shopping got canceled out with some of my reopening plays. I'll tell you some reopening plays that I have. Okay, I'll tell you what. Funko, I have this at about, yeah, so I sold actually at 7 last night. Even if, so that drop was related to the earnings, this drop at about 6 was actually an earnings related play. It dropped there. Next day was about 7 on that reopening, sold it, took profit on the 7, even if it goes 780. If it goes 780, I think that I will just, if you have it, sell more. If you don't have it, wait it out again, buy it at about 550 all the way below 6. So as you could see, it's a bit of a trading range game. What happened to your Fiverr Upwork? Here's what happened. I sold my Upwork very early on. See? So just because there's that reopening play doesn't mean that selling early is correct. Look, Upwork can go 22, right? It can, from 28, they could take profit all the way to 22. So what will I do here? I'll wait it out. I don't have Upwork. I bought it here. I was stupid to sell somewhere here about 14. Yeah, so I bought it somewhere here at 12.50. I sold it here when you saw this drop, 16 to 14.50. I sold there at about 14.50 area. I actually will tell you a few things. Example, Albemarle gapped down on me. I sold it here. Oh. I got in at about 75. I sold here at the gap down, see 85, 88. Look, breakout here at 96, gap up dire-diretso. Why? Because lithium, right? Lithium is a part of the electric vehicle story. In a sense, what I really did was I trimmed some profits, but I still continue holding on because I believe personally that the vaccine is not going to stop the super winners. So granted that if you have so many winners, I think it was normal for you to take profits a little. For example, CD Projekt I bought really early, so I sold some at 380 last night. I sold some CD Projekt. But I still have that Nintendo. I still have Take-Two. Technically, for video games, I have so many video games. So I am so over positioned that, okay, I said, okay, I'll take some profits. Example, Microsoft. I know that you like cloud computing. I know that everybody likes this, but what did I do personally? I sold some at 225 last night. But you know what? If it goes 205, but I sold 225, not selling all. It was just a little. So why am I selling a little bit? Why am I taking profit from the positions? Partly because I was margined, partly because I was really over margin. For example, CSIQ, I did sell some here, okay? I'll reveal some of my selling moves last night. I know that Canadian Solar was about 43 here, so I sold some at 42. 42.50 I got out of Canadian Solar, but I will buy this back all the way to 35 to $30. I was so afraid if I sell my Xpeng, so this one I just held. However, I'm willing to buy this name at about $31. I was stupid. Actually, the lowest 31.50. My posting was 31 flat, so I wasn't able to catch it on the dip. Had I bought it at 31.50, I'd be willing to add more. So anyway, if the market goes down for Xiaopeng tonight, I'll be willing to buy 31.50 all the way to 29.65. So these are the names that I'm willing to buy on the way down. Nintendo, Xpeng, I'm also willing to buy. Actually, even for the e-commerce, I sold some JD last night. As early as Europe opened, I already knew that Europe was selling off Ocado. So that's actually one of the benefits of being global. Because I have European positions, I was already aware na, okay, magkakaroon ng sell-off on e-commerce. So, sige, sell ko muna Shopify, I sell ko muna JD, sell ko muna Pintuo-Tuo. So, I actually managed to sell at the peak, actually. Not intentional. I sold 111 Pintuo-Tuo. I sold some JD, 91 area. Oo, sa taas yun, as in the peak. I didn't short, guys. I had a position, so I sold it. Shopify, I don't know what happened. Pre-market was still at about 990 something, so I was able to sell some Shopify. For solar, I was able to sell at 95. Sold here at 95. Yeah, yesterday I was selling. I was selling a lot. Yeah. I'll show to you what happened portfolio. Actually, I didn't sell my cannabis. I was so tempted to sell it, but I didn't. So I really wanted to hold my grow generation. So I just held on to it, even if I know that tonight it can fall down. Some cannabis names like Hexo, I have this at 59 cents. It was trading at $1.07. I just really, I was really tempted to post that sell. But I think that I have to hold my winner, so I just held. What I'll do with Hexo is I'll buy it at about 80 cents all the way to 70 cents. I'll add more. So I'll just give you some heads up of what I'll do. Hexo for cannabis, I want to add more. So if it drops tonight, I'm going to buy that. What else was I going to say? Miniso. Okay. Miniso is an IPO that I like. If you remember, this was one of my October 30 free Friday class picks. So I told you that I bought Miniso at $19, willing to buy it all the way to 15. So I did get in at 19. I was so surprised last night that my Miniso was 24. It was like 20% up last night. I didn't sell. I was so scared that if I sell at 24, I'll be wrong. So I just held on to it. I think that Miniso can go $30. So even $40, I'm going to wait it out. So if Miniso goes down to 21, I'm going to add more. Maybe if it goes 22, let me see. But Miniso, I think I will add. So I will add on Miniso. I will add on Xpeng. I took out some of my e-commerce. So I'm out like e-commerce. For Gravity, actually, Gravity, I bought some at 134. 134 here. I bought here. Oh, as high as this one. Went to 144. I did nothing. Last night, kaboom, it fell down. But I think tonight, 126 all the way to 116, I will buy this. So, yeah, I'll be willing to buy some video games tonight. I will do a contrarian move there. Beyond Meat had a bad, had earnings related drop. So I think like so you know that I have some Beyond Meat, no? I think tonight it's down 20%. Let me just take a look. I think like after hours, Beyond Meat is down to about 116. I'll be fine. I'll be willing to buy it. Wait up. Let me see the news on Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat has this earnings call wherein the people felt that it was a bit vague. It was a bit vague on whether Beyond Meat was still on the works with so yeah, there after hours 116. I have Beyond Meat. What I'll do with so I sold some Beyond Meat before. I still held my half. That would be my souvenirs. I have my Beyond Meat. What I'll do with this one is actually I'll be willing to buy it. There was a confusion on whether Beyond Meat was still gonna be the supplier for McPlant. And if you really study and read through this, Beyond Meat shares announcement of McDonald's McPlant spooked the Beyond Meat investor. So they weren't sure if Beyond Meat is the supplier of McDonald's or not. I think like that confusion is an opportunity to actually buy. They never denied, Ethan Brown never denied this drop here at about 116, below 120 is actually an opportunity for me to buy. So I'll be willing to buy here. Teka lang this gap down tonight of Beyond Meat is a buying opportunity in my view. So yon. But of course, I knew that here about 185 people were already screaming a sell. Some of us sold. I sold some there. So I even sold some here as high as 160. Yeah, I sold some at 160. Yeah. So anyway, for Beyond Meat, I'll be willing to buy at about 120 below. So 120 all the way to 100, I'll be willing to buy that sell off on Beyond Meat. Let me get through all of the movers because there's a lot of movers last night. As you could see, a lot of the value plays picked up. I don't have Charles Schwab. Yes, I said that, Charles Schwab at about 35 was a buy, but I don't have it personally on my portfolio. I mean, I just know these reopening picks. I'll show you what's happened on the reopening picks. Fastly, wala, neutral. I just kept it. Zoom Video, I sold last night, guys. Zoom Video was 433 open. Sold at the market open. Sold my Zoom. So I don't have Zoom anymore. If I had some DocuSign, I would have sold it the same way at market open. So yeah, I sold a lot of names last night, market open. Yeah, take new 169. I was able to sell 168, 165. Yeah. Fastly, I just did nothing there. Kept. I think Fastly, if it goes down 65 below, I'll be willing to buy. This one, I'm gonna share to you a few things. Last night the fast food was really on a rampage. Fast food sector is a reopening theme. So here, actually, let me just show to you what happened. No, fast food, Darden, Shake Shack, Texas Roadhouse restaurant brands. So QSR, I was thinking actually to buy that at 53, but I didn't. Most of us have some Starbucks and Shake Shack. So this one we have Shake Shack and Starbucks. We have that reopening play. Yum Brands, I didn't buy Yum Brands. Yeah, but it's still just in my watch list. In the Philippines, though, we have those reopening themes like pizza, Shakey's Pizza, Max's, and Jollibee. Some of my reopening themes. Okay, there was a lot that really happened last night. What will you do with your Don Z era names? For those who have been watching me, I told you what Don Z meant. Don Z meant Domino's, Activision, Amazon, Walmart, Netflix, and Zoom Video. It was yesterday was a crater, but actually it looks like a crater if you're looking at it from a day's perspective. But if you take a look at the technical perspective, a performance on the year to date, those are actually some of the biggest wins. Your Zoom Video is up 500%, C Limited up 300%, Fastly, Pintuoto, Etsy, Datadog, Billy, JD, Mercado Libre, Nvidia, Shopify. Therefore, it was normal for me to sell it off actually yesterday. I sold a lot actually. I wouldn't mind if you sold some Nvidia, but I still have Nvidia. It's just that, knowing that the market was going to sell off these winners, I took some profits off. So that is how I evaluated my portfolio. Even if I know that Nvidia, in my view, will go 650 above or $800 eventually, I traded it. So I sold some. Actually, last night I sold some Nvidia. But I'll buy it back. Don't worry. At about 500 area, 510, 512, I'll be buying it back. Let me see if you have some questions. I'll answer any questions that you have. Comments. Wait, something wrong. Yung First Solar po ba, possible mag-test ng 75 to 77? Actually, First Solar, as early as $80, babuyback ko na to eh. Kaso hindi rin ako sure kung mababuyback ko siya. So I took a risk last night. Let me be clear, my sell orders at the market open happened because I was looking at all the European names. I have some value plays like H&M that went like 7%, 8% up last night. Let me show to you the charts. I still hold my Palantir. I didn't sell a bit on that. I just held on to it. Walt Disney, yesterday I had this. I have this. Let me show to you. When I saw that the H&M's, like Hens and Moritz. So this is Hens and Moritz, Disney. These are my reopening themes, no? So yeah, went up to about 169. I think this one will continue higher. Any drops of these reopening plays would actually be bought. So I think this one will have a buyer at 150 to 140 talaga. Take note that I like H&M because of not just about the reopening play. I do think that the company is more well positioned given their data-driven analytics on their inventory. So this one I really think it goes to about 200 to 300. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I continue to hold my winners. I didn't add on my reopening themes yet. I have it. I have these. I have some H&M. I have some Disney. Got them. But we'll see. I have to see what the markets will do tonight. If If all the reopening plays will continue going higher 10-20% tonight, I might be tempted to sell. Like Miniso, even if I don't have plans to sell, if it goes like 27-29 later, I might sell. DE, DE is deer, I covered this actually in some of my agriculture play, but I really prefer grow generation. DE is benefiting from same industry trend yan. DE is farm and heavy construction machinery. So kasabayan ng Scott Miracle Grow and Tractor Supply. DE, SMG, and TSS. Uy, binagsakan yung SMG. Wala akong SMG eh. Grow generation yung hawak ko eh. TSS, Tractor Supply. Binagsakan ba to? Teka, ba't wala? Tractor Supply. TSCO. Sorry. Binagsakan din. Okay. Multiple top na pala. Yeah, okay lang. I don't have them. Actually, parang for me, farm equipment, I'll prefer grow generation talaga eh. First solar possible ba 75-77? I'm willing to buy it if it goes there, but I think like 80 to 70 is where you buy your first solar. Hi Nikki, how much is the opening amount for interactive brokers? No minimums, but I prefer that you open $1,000 to get your feet wet. What do you think of Teladoc? I am not willing to buy Teladoc. Magkano na yan? Binentahan kahapon? So I was choosing between Teladoc and Amwell, pero pinabenta ko rin yung Amwell eh. Kaboom, bagsak. I was telling everyone Teladoc at about 185 to 200, even at 220 sell eh. So no, I won't buy Teladoc. I won't buy Amwell was a sell yesterday eh. Bagsak to, kaboom. Hindi, down 5% lang, pero babentahan din yan. Babentahan yan sa 30. May I don't want to enter Teladoc. I mean, it's okay. Other people can buy it, but not me. Qualcomm, I held. Qualcomm, I think, will go down, but I think like Qualcomm, if it goes down to about 130, I'll be willing to add more. Especially if I can buy it at 130, Pero ito, steady lang to. So, steady lang. Keep lang yan. Keep lang si Qualcomm. Do they offer leverage? Yes. 1.59% a year leverage in interactive brokers. It's actually the cheapest. Check it out. Interactive brokers versus E-Trade versus eToro versus Ameritrade versus Charles Schwab versus everyone. The cheapest is interactive brokers. That's why I opened an account there. So yun. But take note, I'm not an affiliate of interactive brokers. Do whatever you want. If you want to open with E-Trade, Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, eToro, doesn't matter to me. Thoughts on AMD and their acquisition of Xilinx? It benefits Xilinx more. It benefits XLNX more. Kaya tinulak XLNX from about 105 na sa $130 na yan eh. Tama ba? $130. Ayun no? From about $105, $130. It benefits Xilinx more than AMD. But on that acquisition, parang di ako sigurado eh. I guess it's positive, pero hindi ko talaga yan in-analyze. I didn't deep dive, so I can't really say much on the AMD Xilinx acquisition. Sorry. So I guess before I end, let me just take a big look on the market. Teka lang Casinos, reopening theme, pero sell yan eh. Take profit yesterday. Even if it was up 10-20%, take profit yan. I don't like the sector actually. If GAN goes 19 to 20, sell yan eh. 1924, binagsakan. Open, 1860, binentahan. Binebentahan tong mga casinos, guys. So, just be a little bit aware on what you have because even the solars, bebentahan yan. Tingnan mo, SunPower, 29, binagsakan ng 19. I know that there will be pressure. There will be pressure on the solars and the cannabis. However, we like them secular, but do be aware that there will be volatility. There will be choppiness on them. So what do? If you have SunPower, very low cost, you can hold. I have SunPower, very low cost. I didn't sell all. But the high cost at about 16, I could sell it at 20, 21, diba? I can sell naman eh. I can trim. But I'm not willing to sell my cost of 7, diba? Ano na yun eh. If you have SunPower cost 7 or 13 below, you hold on to it. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Please like the channel.
Hello.
Hi. Trading action yan kanina.